Have you ever felt the incredible warmth that fills your heart when you help someone without expecting anything in return? Have you ever experienced how one simple act of kindness can completely transform your day and even your entire outlook on life? This feeling, this powerful and beautiful feeling, is called compassion. And it's one of the most valuable gifts you can ever give or receive. Today, we're going to dive deep into the amazing power of compassion, a force that can heal, inspire, and transform lives in ways you might never have imagined. You see, compassion isn't just about giving, it's about creating joy, building connections, and discovering your own strength and happiness along the way. We live in a fast-paced world where success is often measured by what we own, what we achieve, and what we receive. But the truth is, real success, lasting fulfillment, and genuine happiness come from what we give. The more compassion you pour into the world, the more positivity, joy, and purpose you attract back into your own life. It's an endless, beautiful cycle. To help you truly feel and understand the power of compassion, let me share with you a wonderful story, a story about a wise Zen master who chose kindness, empathy, and generosity in the simplest yet most meaningful way. This story holds a valuable lesson. When we give compassion freely and generously, the universe has a beautiful way of returning it to us, multiplied in ways we never expect. As we explore this story together, I want you to open your heart and mind and let yourself imagine the incredible impact that even your smallest acts of kindness can have on others and yourself. Because every time you choose to act from compassion, you don't just help someone else, you uplift your own spirit, strengthen your soul, and light up the world around you. Are you ready to discover the true power of compassion? Then let's begin this journey together, knowing that from this moment onward, you have the power to create positive change simply by giving with your heart. Let me share with you an inspiring story that beautifully illustrates the power of compassion. It's a story about a wise Zen master who lived high up in the peaceful mountains, far away from the bustling noise and chaos of everyday life. This Zen master was known for his gentle nature, profound wisdom, and kindness that knew no limits. People from all around traveled far and wide to seek his advice, guidance, and comfort. One stormy evening, as the rain poured heavily and lightning illuminated the sky, the Zen master heard a faint knocking at his humble temple door. When he opened it, he saw a stranger standing there, drenched by the rain, exhausted, and clearly in need of help. Without hesitation, the Zen master welcomed the stranger warmly inside, offered him dry clothing, prepared hot tea, and gave him a comfortable place to rest. As the stranger rested, He wondered silently why this wise and revered master had chosen to help him so readily, despite never having met him before. The next morning, when he asked the master why he was so willing to help a complete stranger, the Zen master smiled gently and replied, "Because compassion is not about who you know or what you gain. Compassion is about opening your heart to the needs of others. When you give freely and unconditionally, you receive more than you could ever imagine." Deeply touched by the master's wisdom and kindness, the stranger thanked him and left, determined to carry this beautiful lesson into his own life. Years passed, and the Zen master continued to offer kindness and compassion to everyone who crossed his path, never expecting anything in return. He lived simply and happily, knowing the greatest reward he could ever receive was the joy and peace he felt from helping others. One day, the Zen master fell seriously ill. News of his condition spread quickly, reaching the ears of many people he had once helped. Among them was the stranger he had aided years before, now a successful and wealthy merchant. The merchant immediately set out to return to the temple, eager to help the wise man who had shown him such profound kindness and compassion. When the merchant arrived, he brought with him gifts and medicine, hoping to repay the master for saving him that stormy night. But the Zen master smiled warmly, gently shaking his head, and said, "You've already given me something far more precious. The compassion you've carried forward, the kindness you've shown to others, is the greatest gift of all. Seeing the compassion I gave you being passed along and multiplied through you brings me greater joy than any material reward." This touching exchange highlights a deep truth about life. Compassion is powerful. It never ends with the person you help. Every time you extend kindness, every time you act with generosity and empathy, you start a chain reaction that ripples outward. Your one act of kindness can inspire others to become kinder, more understanding, and more compassionate. The stranger didn't just receive kindness from the Zen master. He learned to embody that compassion himself, becoming someone who carried that same kindness forward into the world. This story shows us that when you give compassion freely and wholeheartedly, you never truly lose anything. Instead, you gain endlessly. You gain a happier heart, a stronger spirit, and a life filled with purpose and meaning. You create connections, inspire hope, and help make the world a kinder, brighter place. And most beautifully of all, that kindness eventually returns to you in ways you never expect. So today, ask yourself, how can I embrace compassion more fully? Who around me can I help, inspire, or comfort? Remember, you don't need a reason to be kind. You don't need recognition or rewards. The moment you choose compassion, you immediately enrich your own life and become part of something much greater. Just like the Zen master, we all have the power to change lives through simple acts of kindness and empathy. It's not about grand gestures, it's about opening your heart, giving freely, and trusting that when you give love and compassion, your life and the lives around you will transform in beautiful, unimaginable ways. Today, commit to carrying this lesson forward. Allow compassion to guide your actions and shape your choices. When you do, you'll discover firsthand the incredible truth that when you give compassion, you always receive far more in return. Now, after hearing that inspiring story about the Zen master, let's take a moment to explore the powerful lessons hidden within it. The truth is, compassion isn't just a virtue, it's one of the strongest forces we have in our lives. Compassion has the incredible power to transform not only the lives of those we help, but our own lives as well. First, let's talk about the strength compassion brings. Many people mistakenly believe that kindness or compassion makes us vulnerable or weak. But the reality is exactly the opposite. Compassion requires tremendous courage. It takes great strength to open your heart to others, especially when it's easier to turn away or to ignore someone else's pain. When you choose compassion, you're choosing strength, bravery, and genuine human connection. You're becoming someone who can make a real difference. Second, compassion has a ripple effect. Think back to our story. The Zen master helped a stranger without expecting anything in return. But that simple act didn't stop there, it continued to spread and grow, ultimately returning to him in a powerful way. The stranger he helped was inspired to carry that kindness forward, multiplying the compassion in the world. This is exactly how compassion works. One small gesture, one single act of kindness, can ripple outward in ways we never fully see, touching countless lives. Imagine this for a moment. You help a friend through a tough time, offer a comforting word to someone in distress, or simply smile warmly at a stranger who seems down. Those small acts might seem insignificant, but they can be incredibly powerful. That friend you helped might go on to support someone else in need. The person you comforted may feel encouraged to spread kindness to someone else. That stranger you smiled at might have their day transformed, giving them hope and inspiration to pass that kindness forward. When you choose compassion, you don't just help one person, you help create a world that's kinder, more caring, and more connected. That is the true magic of compassion. Third, compassion actually improves our own lives. Science has shown us again and again that kindness benefits us physically and emotionally. Did you know that when we perform acts of kindness, our bodies release chemicals that boost happiness, reduce stress, and improve overall health? Compassion doesn't just feel good emotionally, it literally makes us healthier, stronger, and happier. Consider this. Every act of kindness you perform builds a deeper sense of inner peace and happiness within you. Each moment of generosity reduces anxiety, lifts your mood, and deepens your sense of purpose. Compassion helps you to live a life that feels truly meaningful and rewarding. It brings fulfillment in a way that money, fame, or status never could. Fourth, compassion helps us grow spiritually and emotionally. The Zen master in our story had incredible wisdom precisely because he chose compassion as his guiding principle. Compassion helps us understand ourselves and others more deeply. It teaches us humility, patience, and empathy, qualities that make us better human beings. Each time you choose compassion, you're training yourself to become stronger emotionally and wiser spiritually. And finally, compassion connects us to others in the most profound way. When you genuinely help someone without expectation, it creates bonds stronger than any material gain. Think about the relationships in your life. The strongest and most meaningful connections come from moments of genuine kindness, understanding, and support. Compassion is the glue that holds humanity together, reminding us that at our core, we're all connected, all in need of each other's kindness and love. So how can you apply this powerful lesson to your own life? It's simple. Start small. Look around you and notice those who may be struggling or simply in need of kindness. It could be a family member, a coworker, a neighbor, or even a stranger. Reach out to them. Offer a helping hand, a kind word, or simply a moment of genuine attention. You don't need a reason to show compassion, and you don't need to expect anything in return. The reward will always come back to you in the form of happiness, peace, and personal growth. Every day presents new opportunities to practice compassion. Make it a habit. Choose kindness over judgment, empathy over criticism, and generosity over selfishness. When you live this way consistently, your life will overflow with joy, meaning, and purpose. Imagine a world where compassion is our first response, where kindness is the norm, and where every person feels valued, seen, and cared for. You have the power to contribute to making this vision a reality. Start now. Let compassion be your guiding star. Always remember, every time you give compassion, every time you choose kindness, you receive far more than you could ever give away. You become a beacon of hope, joy, and inspiration. You uplift others and yourself, and in doing so, you truly transform the world around you. One beautiful act of compassion at a time. Today, commit to living a life full of compassion, because when you choose kindness, you become unstoppable. Now, we understand the amazing power of compassion. We've felt inspired by the Zen master's example and have seen clearly how compassion can transform both our lives and the lives of others. But how exactly can we cultivate this powerful force in our daily lives? How can we practice compassion intentionally every single day? Let's talk practical steps you can take right now to become a more compassionate, more fulfilled, and ultimately happier person. First, practice empathy daily. Empathy is the foundation of compassion. It's the ability to truly understand and share the feelings of another. To strengthen your empathy, take a moment each day to really listen and try to understand others. Imagine yourself in their shoes, seeing the world from their perspective. When you truly understand what someone else is experiencing, compassion naturally flows from your heart. Empathy reminds us that everyone we meet is fighting their own hidden battles and deserves kindness. Second, make gratitude a daily habit. Gratitude and compassion go hand in hand. Every morning or evening, take a few minutes to reflect on the things you're grateful for, the kindness you've received from others, the opportunities you've been given, even the challenges you've overcome. Gratitude opens your heart. It makes you aware of the generosity around you, inspiring you to pass that generosity forward. The more grateful you become, the more compassionate you will naturally feel toward others. Third, create small moments of kindness every day. Compassion doesn't always have to be a grand gesture. It thrives in the small, simple actions we take daily. Offer someone a warm smile, compliment a friend, help a neighbor with a task, or simply ask someone genuinely how they're doing, and then really listen to their answer. Every act, no matter how small, matters. You never know how your single act of kindness might brighten someone's day or even change their life. Small acts create powerful ripples. Fourth, learn to give without expectation. True compassion means helping others simply because it's the right thing to do, not because you expect praise, recognition, or something in return. When you remove expectation from kindness, you set yourself free. You experience pure joy, inner peace, and deep satisfaction. Give freely, give generously, and you will discover a happiness that nothing else can provide. Fifth, practice patience and forgiveness. Compassion also means understanding that people make mistakes, including ourselves. When someone hurts you or lets you down, try to respond with kindness and forgiveness instead of anger or resentment. Holding on to grudges only weighs you down and steals your happiness. Compassion frees you from this burden. It allows you to see mistakes as opportunities for growth, both for yourself and others. Sixth, actively seek opportunities to help others. Open your eyes and your heart to the world around you. Look for people who need support. Volunteer your time, your resources, or your energy to causes or individuals who need it most. Whether it's volunteering at a local shelter, helping a friend through a tough time, or simply offering support to someone struggling. Your compassion can truly change lives. And finally, surround yourself with compassionate people. The energy of those around you influences you deeply. If you spend time with compassionate, empathetic, and positive individuals, their energy will inspire you and lift you higher. Compassion is contagious. When you're around others who practice kindness, you will naturally find yourself becoming kinder, more generous, and happier as well. Remember, compassion is not just something you feel, it's something you actively choose. Each day, each moment presents an opportunity to choose kindness over indifference, generosity over selfishness, and empathy over judgment. Every act of compassion strengthens your character, fills your life with meaning, and inspires others to do the same. Now it's your turn. Commit today to becoming a person who actively practices compassion. Make it a daily habit. Keep your heart open, always looking for opportunities to give, to care, to uplift others. When you embrace compassion in your daily life, you won't just be changing the lives of others, you'll be transforming your own. Today, right now, make compassion your guiding principle. Let kindness and empathy shape your actions. The world needs your compassion more than ever, and it begins with you. You have the power to create incredible change. So choose compassion, spread kindness, and watch as your life and the lives of everyone around you become brighter, happier, and more beautiful than ever before. As we come to the end of our journey today, I want you to remember this simple yet powerful truth. When you give compassion, you always receive so much more in return. Compassion is not just an act of kindness, it's a source of endless strength, joy, and fulfillment in our lives. Every time you choose compassion, you change the world around you, one beautiful act of kindness at a time. Just like the wise Zen master, you have the power to create positive, lasting impacts through the simplest gestures of generosity and empathy. And every compassionate act you perform creates a ripple effect, spreading goodness far beyond your immediate reach. But compassion doesn't just change the lives of others, it transforms your own life too. It brings you happiness, peace, and deep inner satisfaction that money, fame, or material possessions simply cannot match. When you live compassionately, your life becomes filled with meaning, purpose, and genuine connections. Today, I encourage you to step forward and fully embrace compassion in every area of your life. Start small. One smile, one kind word, one helping hand. Open your heart and trust that your kindness matters, that every act of generosity makes the world a brighter place. You have everything you need within you right now to make an extraordinary difference. So choose kindness over judgment. Choose empathy over indifference. Choose compassion, always, because the world desperately needs more of it. Imagine the world we can build together when each of us chooses compassion every single day, a world filled with hope, love, and understanding. You have the power to create this change. Let today be the day you commit to making compassion your guiding light. Remember, you are stronger, happier, and more fulfilled when you give freely from your heart. Your compassion has no limits. Your potential to make a difference is infinite. So go out there, show kindness without hesitation, spread joy wherever you go, and know that your compassion will always return to you in beautiful, unexpected ways. Keep giving, keep growing, and keep believing in the incredible power of compassion. The world is waiting for your kindness, and your time to shine is right now.